Can you all notice how we're looking very demure and very collected?
Very
looking
mindful.
all Oya now.
Yeah.
Thanks to Oya now for always sponsoring OyaGistme. OyaGist.
Our biggest sponsors.
Our biggest sponsors.
Yeah. And as you all know, they are a Nigerian leading provider of convenience, reliability, and quality services, not just to individuals, but businesses also.
That's amazing.
That's why you should run to Oya now,
Whenever you need, whenever you need something and you can't go get it done, download the app, text, have interaction, and they'll get those things to you.
Just reach out to Oya now for anything.
Download the app, don't forget.
Of course, yeah, that's very important.
Local stories, global insights. This is the OyaGistme podcast with Chinedu Idigo and Meglina Otu. Thank you for tuning in.
Life totally gets boring when there's no gist to keep you going. My name is Chinedu Idigo and
Meglina Otu.
Together we're your co-hosts for OyaGistme, a show where we talk about recent happening online and our environment.
Where we also bring you the people who make our lives better and celebrate our local heroes.
I feel like today's hero is something we should let them guess, but it's obvious.
Very obvious,
We won't give it to them yet. We won't give them the gist yet. We'll go through posts from social media that we caught very fancy. I think it kind of took our attention because it's more, for me, I find it very interesting because it's more leaning towards the men angle.
And because it's towards the men angle, how would you find it very interesting?
You have something to say. So singer J1 took to his social media handle and said, and shares a message for young Nigerian men.
And he said, young men, nobody cares about you until you make it. So when you do, make sure you care only about the people who were there for you when you had nothing to give.
Young men. Wow.
That's talking to you directly, I guess.
More like inspiring the young men out there, I guess.
Okay.
So is this inspiring, yeah?
So inspiring, yeah.
So every man should know that nobody cares about them until they make it. Is it true?
The thing is, I won't lie. That's absolutely true. And that's the fact about life. See, in general, it's like that. People only associate with success.
Yes, it's like when you're successful, people want to mingle with you.
One thing we like, not even just as a guy. What's that one? It do be mindful.
You people want to relate with us because we are rich.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
Okay.
It's you people that go and meet the ladies that you go and meet and say you want classy girl. Now classy girl come and is asking for money, you want to run away.
But she has to come because you have it.
It's not you that say you want classy. It's because you saw a classy now. Yeah. So it's because of what you have, of course, she will have to link. But it doesn't mean though you get true love even from.
So is this like a wake-up call for all men? Literally, it's just basically him saying nobody cares about you until you make it. So when you do, make sure you care about the only people. So it's more like when you finally get that money, make sure you only give it to those who were there for you when you were struggling. Is it a good narrative for all men, or are you saying? Do we say help everybody regardless? Just because people weren't there for you at that moment don't mean you shouldn't give them when you finally have. But he's saying only those who did give you when you needed it the most, those are the ones you should give back to. So do we go with this flow? Do we agree with it? Do we take it and fly it out for all men generally?
See, stop the all men thing. I'm just going to say for me, it's a general thing. Okay. Like what I tell people, I'm very intentional about friendship. Yeah, I'm very intentional about people who haywire for me. Like I can always call on them when I need something. Yeah. One thing I do is I always pray to God not to forget those people. Because it's very
play a major role.
Like I have tried.
Now growth.
Of course, in a society or situation, or let's say in a society where you find yourself, okay, fine. You're just this kind of a person that wants to help people.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, you go chop shake for some. But anyways, you don't actually look at that if you're a good person. Regardless, you just want to do good things for people. But sometimes you forget yourself and forget those people that help you.
Because success is overwhelming.
Exactly. And you now focus on those that are just coming that you meet and you feel that.
Because like you said, success attracts. So you finally get there, and then wealthy people now want to be friends with you, regardless of where you're coming from.
Those are people that don't even worth getting what you have back because they won't even appreciate it. Yeah. But the people that took you up when you had nothing, that actually showed up for you when you needed something at some point, you find out that even if it's a small thing, something small to appreciate them, you find out they actually appreciate it.
So do we say success? Do we say with the current situation of the economy right now, we all know it's quite difficult for young people, for men to really make so much because you cannot work harder than your economy.
Of course.
So would people willingly associate themselves with those who are still trifling and struggling, without the success being attached to it?
The thing is, no. That's why I said the talk has K-leg. Is a double face, a bit double face kind of thing. You get? Yeah. And then for me, I feel, of course, you wouldn't want to associate with someone that is not growing. So I don't think we should contradict.
Yeah,
there are times you only just jump into people. Like when you see them making waves, you be like, okay, fine. You want to attract success to more. Yeah, I have to associate with this person for this kind of thing. But then nobody wants to associate with someone that isn't growing, because you feel like there's a saying that says, if you associate yourself with people that don't grow, they bring you down. You don't grow too, because your mentality is now segregated among that particular thing and what they do. But then when you associate yourself with people that have made it, your mentality changes, your ideas and everything. You find out you grow.
At that moment, you no longer want to mingle with those you mingle with before.
Did
it ever happen to you at some point? Sorry.
It has.
I mean, have you ever met, have befriended someone who became famous and got successful and kind of forgot you shared a friendship?
Well, I said directly, I wouldn't really. But it happens actually. It happens.
It happens to someone you know.
Yeah, it happens. And people be like, because you don't make some money now. You don't forget person and all that, you don't mingle with us, you don't call us. And
I mean, like, you're famous now. How are you handling being famous with people you used to know back then?
I try to balance it no matter what, because I've actually heard lots of things like this,
Right.
And sometimes I question myself. No matter what it is, I know we started from somewhere.
Yeah.
Not all fingers are equal. And not everybody will become famous. Not everybody will be known. So I try to strike a balance, calling them. You find that I call my friends back then in school. I check up from my secondary school mates, sometimes I'll be like, it's been a while. I've not heard from this person. Let me go and search.
Let me find out. Facebook,
exactly. And then I just try, it's been long. How far, what's going on with life and all that,
That's something worrying.
I just learned to strike a balance. So it won't be that, because you're flying on social media now, you're not feeling yourself as if you don't arrive. Jesus, baby. I mean, only Jesus know. You get that kind of a thing. So for me, I learned to strike a balance, and I feel it's something that everybody should do. You don't just... There are people you don't really give an ear to, because some people are just normal nuisance, They just want to ask you. Some of them will not even check up on you. But because they need something, they wake up one morning and
that's like a regular thing we go through right now.
Yeah, hello. Sorry.
People just reach out because they want something. And so many of them weren't really willing to contribute to your growth when you needed them. Especially those you knew who had things to give to you. So I'm more of I barely even ask. I mean, anyone who knows me best knows I barely even ask. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I like to help those who were there and ignore those who did ignore me back then. I mean, but I'm not saying if you're in a dire situation, I won't, show up.
More like a tooth for a tooth, an eye for an eye.
Not really, but we'll find a way around it.
Actually, yeah.
You're only going to give when you have enough. I always use that word. Give so you don't starve yourself to feed someone else in the name of giving.
A lot of persons don't appreciate that. I tell a friend of mine, she complains, I try as much as possible to give people. I try as much as possible.
People don't give me back.
Yeah, and people, nothing. I had to call her. I call yourself to order. It's not everybody that comes, you see. You have brain, isn't it?
Use it.
You think, exactly. So fine. You won't be in one corner suffering while you do for others. When you come up for people, often, even when you don't have, a lot of persons don't even know you go out of your way
to help them.
You get, so they don't know. That's why a lot of persons just leave you. They feel you have it, you had that thing in abundance, and that's why you removed from what you have to give to them. So I think people we should all learn to just think. You can actually sieve it yourself and know who you should do for.
This kind of reminds me of a scenario. It's like looking back at those who you send recharge cards for. Say your girlfriend reaches out to you and is like, hey, can I get like 5K for your hand? Or a friend says, can I get, and then you send them. Say someone reaches out, for example, someone just reaches out to you and say, I need money for something. And then they want like 5,000 naira. And then you send them 2,000 naira. And they reply. And then instead of responding to you, they're like, they ignore you. And then you're now forced to reach out and say, Alpha, you don't see the money.
No, it happened,
yeah.
you know.
And they're like, I don't see him. So it's like, instead of saying thank you, it's like, I don't see him, because they didn't really get what they wanted at that moment.
Oh.
These are the same people who would watch you go and say, that one is stingy and wicked. Ask him for 50K, I'll give you 5K.
See, it's just the stingy thing. You get?
There.
That's why I looked at you.
Yeah.
Like, I've had somebody that be like, this girl is stingy. You are stingy. Why? You've always you've actually always turned up for them.
And then
when
that's
they
that
needed,
one time.
without anything. But just that one time you didn't show up, or maybe you gave lesser than what you gave.
Yeah.
It becomes you're stingy. If you're easy guy.
So we do agree that Tinker J1 probably was coming from his own, probably had experience that he needed to let us know. Because I mean, all this people just put the things out there on social media when it's like personal experience for them, and they've experienced it, and it really did hurt them, and they just want every other person to know. Now, talking about famous like me, you're talking about when you get famous and then you probably change.
Yeah.
You all know we're wearing. Can you all notice how we're looking very demure and very collected?
Very mindful.
Looking all Oya now.
Yeah.
Thanks to Oya now for always sponsoring OyaGistme. OyaGist.
Our biggest sponsors.
Our biggest sponsors.
Yeah. And as you all know, they are a Nigerian leading provider of convenience, reliability, and quality services, not just to individuals, but businesses also.
That's amazing.
That's why you should run to Oya now, you know.
Whenever you need, whenever you need something and you can't go get it done, download the app, text, and have interaction, and they'll get those things to you.
Just reach out to Oya now for anything.
Download the app, don't forget.
Of course, yeah, that's very important. If you need a car hire, your services, you don't have to go to the store yourself. You need somebody to do it for you at ease. Run. You don't need to wait. Just run.
Now,
I don't want to lie now.
Yeah.
I ordered food and it got to me in no time. Like, come on. That's what they do.
No wonder you ate it alone and you didn't give me.
Yes, so I can't share. What's that?
Now, talking about local heroes, they are our local heroes for today.
Of course.
For always delivering and responding and being attentive and calculative and sorting our convenience, making things easier for us.
Very easy.
That's all we've got for you guys today on OyaGistme.
Do make sure you like, comment as usual, share and follow on all our social media platforms.
We'll be looking forward to your comments on our comment section every single time we drop a gist. Don't forget to share your high points, your lows, and tell us what we could do better to get you guys entertained or keep you guys updated on our gist. My name is Chinedu Idigo.
And I remain Meglina Otu. See you next time.
We'll come your way next time.
Oh yeah.
Ciao.
Ciao.